Hello, this is Erica Cox. Today I'm going to share with you my final project on how I can support students as they develop digital literacies in the 21st century. First of all, they need access. Our school recently, as in 2 weeks ago, implemented one-to-one iPads in 4th grade. Students have access to their iPads all day, every day, and they use it for all sorts of reasons. The results already in student engagement are outstanding. The more difficult part is helping them understand that digital literacy is more than using a computer to play a favorite game. While students have access all day, they are not on their iPads all day. I want them to determine when using the tool fits the task. That's why I've decided to do the following activities with my students as they acquire the skills they need to be savvy information gatherers and users. They need to learn to manage the technology. Students have to understand the power associated with their new medium for learning. Therefore, I teach responsibility through role-playing appropriate and inappropriate behavior while online and using apps. Using curriculum found on digitalpassport.org, students learn through explicit lessons on privacy, cyberbullying, citations, and telephone etiquette. They also need to learn how to integrate the technology. Since this generation grew up after 1980, using technology for some students is second nature. It's important then to integrate technology into the teaching and learning of today's students. That's why I allow students to create videos and use applications to demonstrate their learning and concepts. I've also flipped my classroom this year to differentiate, accelerate, and allow students to review content in class and at home through a learning management system. Students also need to learn to evaluate. In the 21st century, the amount of information at students' fingertips is enormous. Therefore, I teach students how to determine the trustworthiness and accuracy of websites. This skill requires higher-order thinking and contemplation. I don't want students to operate on automatic when using the internet. I began by providing opportunities for students to evaluate their own and one another's work through the use of exemplars and posted rubrics retrieved using QR codes. Students also need to learn to create using the technology. There is something magical that happens in a classroom when students are gathering, developing, synthesizing, and creating information for themselves or others to enjoy. I introduce a myriad of applications for students to use when demonstrating their learning. In the future, and as a result of this class, I will teach students how to screencast, podcast, and upload photos and documents and post them to blogs or websites. Because they have easy access to information, their own and others, it's important for them to have a sense of integrity when using technology. Students also need to learn how to communicate by using the technology. Finally, students and I post work on a learning management system so students can contribute to global research and knowledge bases on all sorts of topics. They use email and discussion boards to debate topics and share ideas that foster critical thinking with teachers and one another. And that is how I will support my students as they refine their skills in digital literacies. Thank you very much.